talk about 6 places to look for multiple streams of income, okay? Whether you are an employee or an entrepreneur, developing multiple streams of income requires a different mindset, okay? You have to be flexible. You have to want to commit to something. You have to spend your time off thinking about other things. You have to have focus. But one of the things that's most important is be open to various opportunities that exist out there. And what I would say is this: many people choose not to start additional income streams because they think that they need to be a jack of all trades. And you need to have like the most amount of confidence in order for you to do something, in order for you to offer some sort of services or something like that. Well, quite honestly, you don't. And one of the first things that you can do, in my opinion, is to consult with clients. We all have areas in our lives that we have spent a lot of time that the average person hasn't spent in. It could be the fact that you're a project manager and you've been working on the federal side, or you've been, working for the government or something along those lines. You can coach people with the knowledge that you have, or you can provide consultations to clients with the knowledge that you already have. People are willing to pay for your services. What's up, ladder climbers? It's Antoine Wade. I wanted to interrupt this video to talk to you guys about Course Careers. Course Careers is the place that you guys need to go if you have a high interest into tech sales. They will help you gain the skills that you need so that you can enter the tech sales world to make a whole bunch of money. Tech sales salaries early on is about $60,000, guys. That's a good salary. And with OTEs, you can make anywhere from $85,000 to $90,000. If you have an interest in tech sales, check out Course Careers, link in the description. And don't forget to use Antoine50 so that you can get a $50 discount off of Course Careers. See you guys in tech sales. So you can start there. Consults. Another one, authoring a book. I'm going to tell you this. I want you guys to pick up this book, okay? Don't know the author, but I can tell you one thing. I'm reading through this book right now, and I think about my career. And quite honestly, this book captures everything that I teach, at least a good portion of it, about how to ladder climb. This book is called I Can, I Will, Watch Me, How Not to Be Overlooked, Underpaid, or Undervalued. And it's by Erika L. Pierce. Mr. Nix, who's in his chat, recommended this book to me. He said, Coach, I think you should read this book. And I said, never read it. Well, why? Is because it just came out. But he recommended this book to me. And when I read it, it says, you must be seen to advance your career. And one of the things I talk about often on this channel is visibility, guys. You got to be seen. And she talks about being visible a lot in this book. So check it out. I Can, I Will, Watch Me. And it's by a lady named Erika L. Pierce. Fantastic book. But with her knowledge and her ability to accelerate in the corporate world, she authored a book. Now she's making additional streams of income. Start a blog. And I'm going to tell you like this. It's not going to happen overnight. It will not happen overnight. So pick one thing and just focus on that for a year. Could be a book. Could be getting your consulting going. Start a podcast. We know those are a way for you to market yourself and to market your services. Building an audience, create sponsorships, partnerships, and so forth who are willing to pay you. That's another thing that you can do. Speak professionally. Get out there and become a better speaker. I think professional speaking is something that we all do. We all need to do. And a lot of us want to become better communicators, skilled communicators. I get asked that question all the time. I have a lot of improvement to do as a communicator. Or I can improve a lot. I think about when I go back and watch some of my live streams and so forth, I'm like, yeah, I can do this better. And, little things that I watch, I start to tweak and whether it's pausing, whether it's taking more deep breaths, or whether it's enunciation, whether it's using the right tenses, right? There's areas that I can improve in, but the more you do it, the more you would get better at it. And the more uncomfortable you are with it, the more you get better at it. So speaking professionally is another way that you can actually build another income stream. If you write a blog, or you're passionate about certain things, writing a book, have a podcast, you're going to be well known. You're going to be able to attract an audience. And speaking professionally in front of that audience can pay you a good amount of money. Another thing that you can do is to host live events. When you are building an audience, a community, and you're starting to know people and becoming an expert in the spaces that you are in, you can host live events, whether that's virtual or whether that's being in person. And you can charge people per head, okay? I think about somebody who's really good at this is Sister Erica Williams. She has a big community, a big following on her channel, and she has these live events. We just had one, she just had one in August here in Austin in Spicewood, a place that I'm a member, or a place that I visit often, Spicewood Vineyards. She had people fly in from all over the world to experience a fantastic vineyard. Next thing you know, to experience being out on Lake Travis, being able to be around people that are doing some fantastic things and networking. It was basically a mastermind group. And you can host live events to make money. It's another income stream for you. It doesn't have to be interrupting your W-2 job or main job, because you can find ways to do it over the weekend. Another way, which is the way that I started on different income streams, is investing into real estate. When you've earned enough income to reinvest, that's why these high-paying salaries or these high-paying jobs are important, because you're earning enough money so that you can reinvest. And a common source of, income, cash flow is with rental properties. Instead of, selling your starter home, you can rent it out, find another one. Rental properties are resources that will give you consistent cash flows, basically somebody else paying your mortgage. And the first year, you may be only cash flowing $10 a month. Next year, maybe that's $20 a month. Next year, maybe that's $100 a month. But it's another income stream. And as the years go on, the valuations of those houses goes up. The more cash flow you're receiving, especially if you're reinvesting into the mortgage, you're making big time money then. You got people out here that owns rental properties. That's all they do. They just manage their rental investments. But you can't invest unless you're making a good amount of money. That's why it's important to advance your career. That's why it's important to be very skillful. That's why it's important to hang around people that are getting stuff done. Mr. Nix says, everyone, your life aligns with 5 people you spend the most time around. 100%, Mr. Nix. And I don't think people understand that. Mr. Nix. Because maybe it's not the 5 people, but it's the 5 people they think about. Because a lot of times you're not around 5 people, okay? Maybe you talk to more than 5 people. Maybe it's the people that you have in your work or whatever it is. But you're absolutely right. Everyone, your life aligns around the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you don't have 5 people, maybe it's 3, maybe it's 4. But it's true. It's 100% true. Use critical thinking. Thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. How do you grow our network to level up our group? How do we grow our network to level up our group? It's a very good question, right? You have to be around people that are getting things done. How do we grow our network to level up our group? If you're part of a group, you want to grow your network, you got to go to the places where the people that you want to level up to be alike, where they are. And it ain't going to be a strip club. Maybe it's on a golf course. Maybe it's in a vineyard. Maybe it's at a country club. But think about where these people are. Could be at a bar. Could be at a barber shop. You got to think about where these people are and attend those events. Once you start to understand how people move, then you can start to level up, build upon your network. And I would say that's what's most important to use critical thinking is this. Don't think about leveling up our group. Level up yourself. Number one, we have to be responsible for ourselves first. If we're responsible for ourselves and everybody sees us going into a direction and it's appealing for them, they're going to be attracted to what we're doing. So I personally think we need to be super selfish. Level up ourselves first. And that's going to attract people to you. And it's going to attract people away from you. Or it's going to detract people away from you. And those people, when they go away, it's good. It's a good thing. That's leveling up. Damien from the country, thank you so much for the $9.99 super chat. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. 100%. 100%. I didn't recognize that early on in life. Show me your friends and I'll tell you who you are. And it's interesting because I think about my kids now. And I think about who we hang around as their parents. And if they can recognize that the people that we hang around are caring family, men and women, that's who they are. And those are the people that they're going to be around as well. Because the kids of these parents that we hang around, we vet them to make sure that their kids have the same kind of thought process as well too. So later on in life, as they get older and they start hanging around different people in high school, I'm going to look at them and they're going to be it's going to be very crystal clear. Now, if they're hanging around knuckleheads or people who are wild, then it's going to show me who they are. And it shows everybody who they are. That's why a lot of the times people get this whole thing wrong about, hey, you know what? Like, don't judge a book by its cover. And I agree with that. A single person, you can't judge a book by its cover, but a single person, right? But I can tell you this, if you see a pack of men or women and they're all kind of doing the same thing, you can judge. It's for you to judge because that's who you're around. That's who you're around. That's just what it is. You may not like it, but if you're hanging around a bunch of bums, you're a bum. If you're dating a bunch of bums, you're a bum. If you have multiple baby daddies by a bum, that means you're a bum. As much as it's hard to accept that, but people know that. We know that. The people that you hang around is who you are. Your friends, if you hang around bums and dots and nasty people, that's who you are. If you hang around caring and loving people, that's who you are.